You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Young and the Restless fans. Right now, we've got Sharon Newman facing yet another villain from her past, and I think he's the worst of them all. Icko Sicko Matt Clark. And if history tells us anything, he will likely meet the same fate as her other enemies that have come back from the past. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk through whether Y&R is going to have Sharon kill Matt and if he will die like other monsters who have terrorized her and Nick. But first, please click that subscribe button if you're not already following us. So this is another repeat offender from Sharon's past that's back to wreak havoc. And the bad men from her history that have met violent ends before, keep on dying recently, and so it could happen again. We've got Matt Clark back using fake identity Mitch Bacall, and he's targeting Noah, but he was using their son to get to Sharon and Nick. And wicked Matt still hates Sharon and Nick, and then he got even more motive to lash out when Noah began that affair with his wife Sienna. So Matt was already planning to kill Noah to terrorize Sharon and Nick, and then the affair gave him more motive. But what Matt was not expecting was for Sharon and Nick to come to LA hot, angry, and to thwart his plans from the get-go. But Matt won't stop, and when the fight of his life is over, it may very well end with Sharon putting him 6 feet under, like she did to another past tormentor not that long ago. We could see Matt killed off like Cameron Kirsten. Never forget that 2 of Sharon's past tormentors, Cameron and also Frank Barrett, the biological dad of Mariah and Cassie, died because of Sharon. One at her hand and one directly because of her. And Ian Ward is another of Sharon's enemies that died, and I have that in quotes because, we know he's alive, even if she didn't kill him herself. Now, nobody knows yet that Ian's alive, so he still counts as a slain villain that has gone down while Sharon has gotten stronger in her own mind. We know he's alive. She doesn't. So really, Matt better watch out. He came for Sharon's son, Noah, and she won't tolerate it. Just like with Cameron Kirsten when she stabbed him to death to save Faith, I think Matt is another demon from Sharon's past that she's going to take out herself. The old hands-on, stabby approach, unless, of course, she shoots or runs over Matt or sets him on fire. I mean, anything will do, really. And she will have Nick's full support and possibly an assist when she takes out Matt. Now, if you recall, Nick strapped a knife to Sharon's thigh, and it was Nick arming her that way that made it possible for Sharon to whip that out and stab Cameron fatally down in the sewers and take him out like the trash he was. This week, we heard Sharon threaten to make Matt suffer before she ends his miserable life. And that's more than a threat. I think it's a promise. So it's quite clear Sharon is not afraid of Matt. She's just furious. And this is something that's taken him a little off guard. Sharon has been through a lot with different villains over the years, and now she's tougher and she's more formidable. So in a recent interview, Roger Howarth, who plays Matt, said that Sharon coming at Matt like this aggressively is a big surprise for the villain. Sharon dealing with these other bad guys over the past few years has given her a lot more strength than she's ever had, and the actor said Matt wasn't prepared for that. Also, head writer Josh Griffith said this time Sharon is not tormented and she's not afraid. Instead, she is enraged because Matt messed with her son and he's messing with her family. So Sharon and Nick are both going to stand right up to Matt and not back down. And then in a recent interview with Sharon Case, who of course plays Sharon Newman, she said the more that Matt refuses to admit his real identity and confess that he is not Mitch, the angrier that Sharon gets. And the actress said Sharon's rage is just pouring out of her, and she promises that she is going to give him HE double hockey stick. So Matt's plan was to befriend Noah, lure him close, and then kill him in a car crash. And then when Sharon and Nick came to LA to get their son's body and to grieve him, That's when Matt planned to come at them when they were weak and devastated. And this is stuff that Roger Howarth said. So this is fact. This was Matt's plan. But Noah didn't die, and that complicated things. And then Sienna hopped in Noah's bed, which further complicated things because now she is all up Matt's butt, demanding answers on whether he's the guy that Nick has told her about or if he's really Mitch Bacall, the man she thought she knew for years. We did another video recently about all the horrible things that Matt did to Sharon and Nick over the years. I'm not going to go into the laundry list of sins, but I will throw a link to that video at the end of this one in case you haven't seen it, because it's horrifying stuff if you don't know the history or don't remember it. I mean, Matt raped Sharon, and I'll just say that was the tip of the iceberg and not the worst thing he did. So since Matt was presumed dead all those years ago, Sharon hasn't been sitting around actively angry about what he did to her. But seeing him and finding out Matt's alive, well, that brought it all back. Every awful thing that he did to her and Nick has built up, and it's coming out at full force with all this rage. And now it's even more intensified because Matt targeted Noah. So I think it's going to be not too long, honestly, before Matt is killed off, and for real this time. When they brought back Lyndon Ashby as Cameron Kirsten, if you don't remember, he went from comeback to stabbed to death in just 4 weeks. Now, as much as I love Roger Howarth, loved him on General Hospital for years and years, and I'd love him to stick around. I mean, let's be real. He might be pushing up daisies by the end of November sweeps in just a couple of weeks. This may be a short arc that they just brought him back fully intending to kill him off. What we do know is that Sienna comes back to Genoa City with Noah. And to me, that's also another red flag that Matt is about to be dead as a doornail. I've shown you guys some behind the scenes photos of Sienna and Noah at Crimson Lights, but I didn't see Matt in any of them. So maybe he's just arrested. Maybe he's pushing up daisies. Now that he's lost the element of surprise on this revenge plan on Sharon and Nick, I do suspect Matt is going to panic and he's going to get a little sloppy. And I suspect that Sharon wants Matt dead so that she can be certain he will never be a threat to Noah again. I think it'd be karmic if Sharon runs Matt off the road and he dies in a fiery car crash, just like he tried to do to Noah and almost succeeded doing. Realistically, we could have Matt attack Sharon and Nick swoops in to save her and cracks Matt's head open like he did to Ashlyn Locke. Or Sienna might see Matt attacking Sharon and she saves her and kills her husband. In the end, no matter who does it, I do expect Matt to die. And I really hope Sharon is the one to do it. I think that's very good for her emotional development to literally slay these dragons from her past. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see what villain next that Josh Griffith resurrects from the past to bring to torment Sharon, because he seems to be repeating this plot over and over because writing original stuff does not seem to be in his wheelhouse, and that's unfortunate.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.